Blade. Wrapped around a circle of blood arc. Looking from afar. It makes people feel that they want to get close urgently and put their necks together. Very weird. And under his use, its bloodthirsty nature, now it is even more powerful. Only beheading stronger people will excite me. Shiryu of the Rain said. Thunderstorm hits hard. Call out, the sound of the wind stagnated. The fist and the long knife collided smoothly. Clang, crack, as expected. The air cracked a crack. And Shiryu of the Rain, who was holding the handle of the knife, numbed his hands and almost grasped it. White Hu Niang grinned. One step. The muscles of the right arm were tense, pushing forward against the sharp thunderstorm. Call, the blade trembled. Shiryu of the Rain was sent flying into the sky with a knife. But, should I say it or not? As expected of the warden of the former impelled down, the future second captain of the Blackbeard pirates. Even if it is easily knocked into the air, not discouraged either. After directly adjusting the body shape, after landing smoothly. Charged up again. At the same time, the bells kept ringing. He accurately aimed at Bai Hu Niang's dodge gap. The rest of the Blackbeard crew are also looking for suitable opportunities and angles to attack. As if to kill. At this time, there was a sound of flapping wings. It was Marco flying in the air. He was smiling. Holding a slender giant knife, after wrapping a ball of blue flames, he threw it towards Bai Hu Niang. Now, where the blade is, there were bursts of whistling sounds in a hurry. No, don't let her get it. The black group intercepted at full speed, with an extremely nervous expression. This woman. He is as strong as a monster without a weapon. Got it. Then how to play? Pity, it's too late. This kid. White Hu Niang looked away. Then stretch out your left hand. Accurately caught. Kong Yunki, a start. There is a strong sense of familiarity, she can feel it. The polishing degree of this supreme sharp knife is not inferior to her original one. Even better in some way. Gu la 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 la. I have raised you well. White Hu Niang grinned. Lightly danced a knife flower. A cyclone suddenly spun around his body, and his aura also climbed up. Then. A quick fight. Now. If she is unarmed. There is a sense of domineering muscles that belong to women. The one with the knife, it is a completely different flavor. In the muscles. Also brought sharpness. Shish_W. There was a loud bang. 5 people were split and flew out, all of them were painted. Even the strongest Shiryu of the Rain, only after a few moves, still flew upside down and got injured. Everyone in the black group stood up reluctantly. Gritting his teeth, he hesitated on the spot, and seemed a little afraid to go up. From time to time, and looking wildly at Blackbeard. Previously, they hit the dying Whitebeard like a target. There was no direct combat. Now, only then did I feel the horror. And now Badgers and the Bad King are dead. Shiryu and the others. He has just been released from prison, and his chic life is not yet happy. Fight recklessly with Bai Hu Niang. What if he died too? Wouldn't that be a big loss? But Blackbeard lived up to everyone's expectations. After yelling for a while under the double pain, he stood up again with trembling and bleeding arms. Thick smoke billowed directly from his body. You all get out of the way. There is madness on his face. It doesn't matter how strong the fruit is, Minun will always be the nemesis of all fruits. Dark Cave Road. Rear. Several admirals surrounded Kong, waiting for his order. Ah la la la, if you don't care about it like this, Marineford will be destroyed. If we get involved, I'm afraid things will get worse. Besides, there are phone bugs broadcasting live. If we lose. Well. According to the old man. That's enough. Kong interrupted their babbling. At this point. The Green Bull and Akainu are dead, and there is no turning back for us. And Marineford is almost in the center of the world. It must not be destroyed. Pirates. Don't let them go. Seeing the commander-in-chief speaking, everyone listened silently. Blue brew. Blue brew. Exactly at this moment. The phone bug rang. Kong fished it out of the cloak, pulled it out with one palm and started answering. Master Commander, Saboti's place has been resolved. I see. Kong's eyes flickered. It's like a decision has been made. At the same time, Saboti land. The last flickering screen suddenly dimmed. What's going on here? What the hell? Is there a problem with Marineford's video phone bug? 2 pirates are killing each other. Is there anything we can't let us see? Could it be that something went wrong on our side? Hey, Marine over there, what are you hiding? For a while. The crowd began to riot. Newspaper reporters are even more impatient. They are journalists at the same time. There was also a hint of explosion information. Possible. It was on purpose. There will be even more exciting things to hide from them. Marineford. On the airship surrounding the wall. Hancock's cheeks were rosy and slightly swollen. Her at the moment. Handcuffed. Lying nervously on the railing. A pair of charming eyes moved wildly, as if looking for something, when I finally saw a blue fat man holding someone below. Cover your mouth. There was a trace of crystal tears in the corner of his eyes. Very sad. Luffy. Damn it, he said if he did that, he would protect Luffy. Hancock puts his left hand to his mouth. The slender and white fingers of the right hand touched the flesh. The smelly man really can't believe it. Actually, Rodan didn't lie to her either. If he doesn't go down, with the current situation, it's very difficult for Luffy to escape from Akainu's grasp, or there is no chance at all. After all, not every admiral is as slippery as Kizaru. At the same time, high behind Hancock, the phone bug closed his eyes silently. Like another port. Temporarily does not support signal reception in general. Surrounded by walls. Rodan's feverish fame training card in his pocket. Gradually cooled down. He knows. This is the trend of stopping the rise of popularity. Backquote. Looks like something went wrong with the live broadcast. Rodan frowned. Saboti's newspaper office. In broadcasts and faxes all over the world. But he has been helping him gain fame. Forget it, it's almost the upper limit anyway. Rodan set his sights on White Hu Niang, heart. I remembered one thing. That's the requirement for the girly replacer to be turned on next time. This time, it takes 3 devil fruits to start replacing. And it also requires 1 each of Zone, Paramecia, and Logia. The difficulty has risen, but another one. It was lowered again. That is, in addition to providing devil fruit directly. It can also be extracted from the fruit-capable person within 3 minutes of death. The conditions used to make up 3 fruits, the downside is that extraction can take tens of minutes, certainly. This time is nothing to Rodan, and it is not urgent. And 3 different types of fruit, this is also easy to handle. Black Blob. Isn't Blackbeard himself a double fruit ability user? And one of his crew. There is a 9-tails fox form of Phantom Beast, which belongs to Zone. Just made 3, it would save me to find someone else. Speaking of this girly replacer, Ace and Sengoku were replaced. Are special. Then the next sissy character will definitely not be easy. He was curious which one he would draw. There is also the reward of that fragment. After 4.5 stars, I don't know what I will get. Rodan thought. There seems to be a little movement on the marine side. That guy Kong, I can't stand it anymore. The center of the battlefield. It was already a pitch-black liquid, and objects visible to the naked eye were sinking. After Bai Huniang keenly sensed that something was wrong, she jumped directly into the sky. Avoid the range of dark caves. Then Kong Yunki was wrapped in white light, and he swung the knife straight down. In front of me, any ability is useless. Blackbeard threw up his hands. A black wall blocked the white light falling from above. Then absorb it all. Liberation. He followed his big mouth with both hands, and a black vortex swirled up. The sky is long. Countless stones and swords shot out of it impatiently. Bai Hu Niang swung the knife again. In the blink of an eye, these dazzling things were resolved. Unexpectedly, Blackbeard suddenly drilled out of it, and hit her at close range with a palm wrapped in black mist. You have a lot of guts. Bai Huniang narrowed her eyes slightly, and also punched the upper floor with her left fist. Now. Everyone in the white group on the other side of the ravine saw Blackbeard's familiar move. From the heart to the throat, on Blackbeard's big black fist, there was firmly attached to Bai Hu Niang's fist. And the ability she was about to release dissipated instantly. Also accompanied by powerlessness, as if. It's like touching a high concentration of sea stone. See a hit. Blackbeard took his chance, freeing up another fist. The white light quickly ignited. Now. He laughed loudly. Thief, ha 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 ha, no matter who you are, you must submit to my darkness. Say it. He punched it without hesitation. Belonging to the fluctuations of shock fruit, rushing quickly. This level is not enough. Bai Hu Niang felt the powerlessness of the fists pervading her body. But he grinned. With the remaining strength, he held Kong Yunki in his right hand and swung down. Shish! Kong Yunki met with shake. The screen froze. Something unexpected happened to Blackbeard. Kong Yunki directly broke through his shock. A smooth stroke towards the shoulder. Clatter, crunch. Blood spilled. The knife seemed to cut deep into the periosteum before stopping. Blackbeard's expression changed drastically and he let out a scream. It fell down. Impossible. Dark fruit will make you extremely weak. Gu la 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 la, you think too highly of yourself. Even if I use my remaining strength, it is enough to pay you for. White Hu Niang took advantage of the situation and landed. And Blackbeard, still clutching his shoulders that turned his flesh and wowing, that distorted and twitching face. All told of his pain. No, don't come here, you monster. Same monster as Whitebeard, don't come here. Seeing Bai Huniang approaching step by step, Blackbeard was so frightened that he hurriedly backed away. When people approach, his expression changed. Darkness gushed out from under her thighs again, tightly holding onto Bai Hunang's feet. But the next move is not a fight. Instead, he scrambled and ran towards the crew. You guys hurry up and hold him back. Buy me time. Can you still escape? Seeing that her feet could not move, Bai Huniang was still sinking. I don't panic. Holding the naginata with both hands, he swung Zanlang again. Boom. Here. It was Blackbeard's chest. Long blood. Blackbeard was badly wounded and had trouble getting up. Even though his blood is thick, he couldn't hold back the successive blows. The darkness gradually dissipated. White Hu Niang took a step, stepped on Blackbeard's limbs, and pinched his neck with one hand. The white ons suddenly flourished. This scene, similar to the previous one, made everyone in Baituan hold their breath. And I was too nervous to say anything more. The strongest is not something that can be achieved by fruit. No, no, don't kill me. I can be a cow, a horse, or even your son. Dad. No, old lady. Let me go, Blackbeard's pupils constricted suddenly. Death is approaching. He struggled hastily. There is no longer the previous, self-proclaimed strongest hockey. You can't kill the captain. A loud bang sounded. I see. Sanwan Wolf, who has been hiding behind the dilapidated building, suddenly shot. That 180 meters. With an oppressive figure 10 times larger than that of the giants, holding a fierce fist, he broke through layers of airwaves and fell towards Bai Niang's figure. Dozens of times the gap. Those who watched were horrified. Stop him. Never let him interfere with the battle. No, this body is too big, several times bigger than Ozzy. It's not worth it. For a while, the sound of guns and guns is endless. But it fell on San Juan, as if it was just a tickle. Only the slightest spark. Just as the fist is getting bigger and bigger. When hand, hair and texture are visible to all, Marco and other captains are ready to do it. Only. White Hu Niang moved even faster. She waved her left hand indifferently sideways, and a strong wave followed the air. The flow went to the San Juan fist. Then, crack wide open. The feeling of a strong earthquake erupted. It hurts. The wolf let out a cry of pain, then staggered backwards. It trampled down buildings one after another, and finally hit the waters of the outer bay. It was obviously an inconspicuous blow. The strength is immediate. See you again. The gap in top combat power. It is not easy to shorten by size alone. Now. No matter whether it is the white group or the black group, the figure trembles. Subsequently, the former burst into cheers. Even the wolf. A sweaty Blackbeard glanced hurriedly at the crew. It's okay not to look at it. One look. The crew all took a few steps back. Especially the drunk, Big Wine, was so shocked by this horrific scene that he sobered up immediately. Turn your head around. The figure disappeared. And he was just the first. The remaining original impel-down criminals, Xuanyue Hunter and Shiryu of the Rain. He glanced briefly at the miserable Blackbeard. Also galloped away. Not only that. Poison Q and the others who had been following along also ran away without disappointment. They don't follow weak captains. In addition, Bai Hu Niang is not alone. She is not really fighting alone. Her back. And the vicious and weird Rodan pirates. Hit now. There is no chance of winning at all. Bet on Blackbeard with dark fruit. Already lost. Don't rush to run. Waiting for someone to harvest? You. Blackbeard shuddered. The scene he least wanted to see happened. Although expected. Still didn't expect it to happen so quickly. Gu la 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 la. What he didn't do, my mother did for him. No. Woo-hoo boom, the ground where White Hu Niang and Blackbeard were located collapsed layer by layer. The shock wave continued to spread, extend to Marineford infinitely. Even the waves in the outer bay became frenzied, and the sun, moon, and moon began to push up. The horror of power and influence. Let Marine's face change suddenly. Can see. She hit with all her might. At this moment, Kong jumped out. The pale orange fist smashed down like Mount Tai. Clang. The smoke was dispersed. It was Bai Huniang who was distracted and blocked it with Kong Yunki. So far, the shock wave also stopped, but Blackbeard under the big pit was already covered in blood, and became silent. Let your Rodan pirates continue to be so unscrupulous, Marineford will really be ruined. Reign of Shiryu et al. All the way. Escape towards Marineford as fast as you can. After all, there is no room for the pirates and marines here. Now. Call out. A brilliant cross light flashed in the air. 8-foot Chong Guyu, language fall. The dense light bombs fell rapidly, causing large-scale destruction. Immediately afterwards, Catherine Demai, who was wearing a prison uniform, appeared in a state of embarrassment. Peluzalino's long legs were shining brightly, and he slammed towards her side. Hunter Xuanyue? It's a pity that he became the prey this time. Boom, also. Fighting also broke out elsewhere on the battlefield. Targeting. It is the remnants of the Black Group. But it wasn't the rest of Rodan's regiment who did it. But Bai Tuan's own people actively encircled them and launched a fierce encirclement and suppression campaign. Them. Whoever killed Papa was never spared. Marine here. It seems a little strange. Kong stopped the spreading vibration and retreated to the rear first. It seems that there is no intention of continuing to fight. Let's stop fighting here, there will be no results if this continues. Do you think it's too late to say this now? Rodan flickered in. Extracted Blackbeard's body in the Xuanyue hunter sent by Peluzalino with the Sissy replacer. After he got a 30-minute countdown reminder. Only then did he raise his head, on the corner of the mouth. With a faint smile. These people. Did you think of begging for mercy when you saw how powerful Bai Huniang was? It is too late. I know that with the size of the few of us, it is no longer enough to suppress you. Kong waved his robe, and took out a special phone bug, but with 5 people, it will be different. At this time, the phone bug also changed into a long beard and thick beard very cooperatively. Like an old man. But there is no kindness and kindness that belongs to the elderly. Only majesty. Rodan, we are the 5 elders. 5 elders, why do you 5 only use one mouth? Rodan said suddenly. Bai Huniang also jumped out of the pit, wanting to see what they would say. The phone bug heard the words. There was a moment of silence. Only then did he continue to speak. This phone bug won't delay the switch. Also, we're talking to you in person, and we're here to discuss peace with you. We don't have time to joke with you. Presumably you also know that if we continue to fight to the death, it will not benefit both of us, will it? Let's stop here. Their world government will compensate you some things, and you can also make other demands. 5 elders. Attitudes seemed to soften slightly. But Rodan still heard a trace of murderous intent from their tone. He got rid of Shichibukai, killed both admirals. Result. Is it possible to pay compensation on the other side? If you can send me to sit on the Void Throne, I can consider it. Rodan said solemnly. Is there anything else that needs to wait for me to take your world government? Isn't it that I have everything? Is the world not allowed to be taken by me? Arrogance. Do you know what you're talking about? What a big breath. You're so arrogant, Rodan. Do you really think I can't do anything about you? The old phone bug pulled his face. Subsequently. 1 sentence per person. Even across the phone bug. You can feel the anger of spittle stars flying around. Kong also shook his old face. This is. Don't take the world's 5 most powerful people in your eyes at all. Now even if the 4 emperors come. Don't dare to speak in such a tone. Your ability, we have known through Doflamingo before, is to use the fruit ability to summon characters from another world, drive it as you like. 5 elders got it straight. Actually, since the last time they summoned Wu Lao Niang, they already had a little guess in their hearts. Just can't believe it, because, parallel world. What this brings is shocking, and it is not so easy to accept. They prefer to believe in the ability to copy classes. But the scenes that appear now, let them believe it or not. Several admirals around. Listen to this. At the same time as it was absurd, he began to meditate. You should also know that no one will let you go down. If you are exposed, you will be the enemy of the whole world. Cooperate with us well, maybe there will be. Then. Negotiations are broken. Rodan said indifferently, speaking of, now that you know my ability. Still pretending to be calm. I'm not afraid. I'll find a sissy IMM to come over. Make a live broadcast and let her serve me in front of the whole world? Bastard. How dare you humiliate Master IM like this? The phone bug roared. Then. He sank again. You will regret it, together with your pirate group. I don't see it. You 5 elders are talking a lot more nonsense. What are you waiting for? Rodan twisted his neck. Reinforcements, or what? Feeling inside. Awakening fruit has reached the upper limit of poisonous fruit, and after watching Bai Hunang's battle again. Now. He didn't intend to waste any more time. Quick win. After solving here, start a battle to determine the world. Okay. Get ready to collect the bodies of your Marine Admiral and the Commander-in-Chief. Talking. There was a sudden movement in the heart network. Rodan frowned lightly. Cooperate with knowledge and knowledge to investigate in more detail. Just for an instant. He then noticed that 2 huge fleets were heading this way. 1. There are various ferocious animals as the bow. Another one. Overall, it has a variety of desert shapes. Placed in New World. You don't need to look at the flag to know. It is the iconic Beasts Pirates, and the fleet of the Big Mon Pirates. And in this period comes. Rodan wouldn't be so foolish as to think he was here to help him destroy Marine. It's really unexpected. The so-called justice of your Marines is to cooperate with pirates to deal with enemies that can be solved? As. Battle of the Island of the Gods. Kong heard the words. Lingren is still righteous. Your existence has completely disrupted the balance of the sea. Even the 4 emperors are afraid of your power. To develop at such a terrifying speed, that is. It's all about power, so their arrival has nothing to do with us. Listen to the words of the 2. Garp et al. Are somewhat puzzled. Them. Not sure about it. But soon. Fujitora's sense of knowledge was the first to notice it, and he also had a guess in his heart. Only. I never thought that I would encounter such a thing after only a few days in Marine. I really don't know what to say. Oh. It seems that they have arrived. I would like to know if you, the Rodan pirates, can sail on in the future. That's all for you. Make up your mind. Finished speaking. The phone bug slowly closed his eyes. Don't worry. Just wait for me at Marie Joy's obediently. Rodan smiled slightly. A group of crew members gathered behind them. An order was issued. Get rid of all the Marines here. The ones outside. Let me take care of them. Now. On the arc proverbs surrounding the wall, a thick black mist is emerging. Gradually gathered into a group of black clouds covering the sky. Proverbs of the arc would have been able to create a wide area thundercloud. Just the time it takes. A little long, but after the last upgrade. The speed at which it spews out thunderclouds has risen to a higher level. Just a few seconds at a time. A large piece of low-level clouds gathered in the sky in front of Marineford, and the sky darkened at a speed visible to the naked eye. More and more. It was breathless. Where did this cloud come from? Look at the surrounding walls. That's from the Rodan pirates' ship. Man-made dark clouds. Do they still have this kind of technology? How many secrets do they have? But what are they doing it for? Don't worry about it, it won't hurt us. Now. The square is full of doubts and surprises. Previously, they followed the captain after clearing out several remnants of the black group. Look at the marine high-rise in front of the ravine. Know that the gap in combat power is too large. He didn't have time to rush forward rashly, but waited for the captain's orders. Look, the last big wine was killed by Captain Vista. Ha ha ha, are these bastards finally dead? We. Avenged Ace and Pop. Hey, figure it out. It's not our report. Akainu and Blackbeard are obviously done by others. If only she was Dad. Idiot. Then I have to change my name to my old lady. Why not? There's only one Father Whitebeard ever, but Mrs. Whitebeard ahem. These Marines are next. Except for the San Juan Wolves. Foil Vista has finally killed the last Black Gang remnant. Some. Not happy, but tears after revenge. This battle. They lost their most important buddy and daddy. The culprit is dead though. But things. Far from being the end. They are the Whitebeard Pirates. As the strongest pirate group in New World, the drive they have cultivated for a long time has never made them afraid of anything. Now. A blue blazing flame slapped down from the sky. After gradually dissipating, a figure appeared. It's really a team leader, Phoenix Marco, We might be in trouble. The Beast's pirates and the Big.Mon pirates are coming this way. Marine over there. Rodan, what are you doing? Kong stared at the sky, frowning slightly. Do you want to? You'll find out soon enough. Rodan smiled. Suddenly flashed into the sky. Fujitora, get rid of his flying boat. Don't continue to create black fog. Have a bad feeling. The old man knows. Fujitora turned and drew his sword, and the location. It is the arc motto that surrounds the wall. Marine, did you forget about us? The tone fell. A snowy long knife suddenly fell from the sky. It's Mihoko, although disturbed, but Fujitora didn't stop when he drew his sword. Ground started shaking. Then countless scorched black rocks turned towards Mihoko above. Rush away. As if to crush her into a patty. Never let go. Call out. After the rock shattered. From the center, Mihoko held the white knife, day, and fell smoothly. Sakazuki, Paluzolino and the others also arrived in the air. This battle. Never die, and at this moment. A few marine admirals along with Garp Senshi, he's gotta move. Count Commander Kong. A total of 6, and Rodan here. The 4.5-star Bai Hu Niang suppressed the audience. There are 3 out of 4 stars. The rest are Lao Sha, Baji and Dover. A total of 7. Quantity wins, but there is an imbalance in combat power, but it can be evened out barely. Certainly. This is barely. At this moment, it is enough to stand on top of the world and stand out from the crowd. To know. This is all the top combat power of Marine, and they are all here now. Facing the Rodan regiment. Just a pirate group. It's not a big force, and they're not like the Rocks pirates of yesteryear. Will betray the captain. It can be said the Rodan regiment is unique in history. Continue to develop. It is completely possible to form a line of its own and become the only big force. Boom, waves of fluctuations erupted in the center. Rodan regiment. The final battle begins with all Marines. Predictable. After this battle is over, no matter who wins. Will shock the world. Even World War I laid the foundation for the pattern of the future world. Hey, your captain is very confident. You want to fight against the 2 pirate groups alone. Hey, it's disgusting to wear the same clothes as me. It's really scary, but the old man likes it very much. Kizaru smiled, blinking above Paluzolino's head. He is close to 3 meters. Don't move to receive something, and then his face changed. Do you like yourself? Above. There are constantly rays of light colliding in the air. That's the end of the fun. Gravity knife. Fujitora drew his sword abruptly. After shaking back the old Shah and the smart Baki in front of him with all his strength. It released a purple gravity wave with all its strength. Straight into the sky. In contrast to this. This purple circle has a slightly black color, it seems to be thicker. In addition, he can feel it. Once the dark clouds in the sky condense, bad things will happen. So, there is no hesitation when you get into neutral gear. Whether it is life or death, it all depends on this blow. Far outside the atmosphere. The speed of the 3 falling huge meteorites seems to have reached a certain critical point. Suddenly there was a sonic boom, boom. The airwave exploded. The meteorite seems to have been worn away in a circle. But the high temperature of the burning body has risen extremely. And the length. Still nearly a kilometer away. Once it was successfully smashed down. The destructive power can be said to be devastating, far beyond the imagination of ordinary people. Those who are below at this moment. They all looked up as if they were aware of it. But because of the resistance of many dark clouds, everyone could only see a faint white light coming from the clouds. Marineford Square. Marine completely let go, desperately engaged in a fierce battle with the Rodan regiment. As if. Put the shattering of the island aside. Pause time. The vibration continued to roar out. The visible buildings are also bit by bit smashed and wiped away. Evacuate Marineford. Marine has no scruples. This kind of battle is no longer something we can participate in. No. It's not over yet. The Kaido pirate group and Big Mom on the periphery obviously have bad intentions. Let's block it for the Rodan group. Everyone in Baituan gritted their teeth and finally made a unanimous decision. Them. You can do your best, even without help. Choose to run away. It will definitely attract the attention of the 2 emperors. Safe to leave. Impossible. Why not give it a go? Inner Bay. The magma has cooled to black rock. As if they were stepping on rocks. Go out from the entrance that was originally guarded by the pacifist, and when you were about to step on the pirate ships. Drowsy sky. Suddenly, an extremely bright thunderlight flashed, illuminating each of his faces in an instant. Angular. Boom, with the constant friction between the clouds. More and more lightning. Until a vague figure in the air threw a thunderball into the clouds. Lightning froze suddenly, immediately afterwards. A more terrifying phenomenon has erupted. The dense dark clouds seem to have a chain reaction, and the terrifying lightning strikes continuously downward. The weird thing is, all the splits stagnated and gradually gathered at the center. As if being deliberately guided. Soon. In the shocked eyes of everyone in the white group. Together. Huge enough to surpass the entire Marineford massive thunderball. Are called ball lightning, fully formed, this scene. Such a magnificent sight. It wasn't just Bai Tuan who was shocked. Even the admirals, who were anxiously fighting against each other, felt an indescribable feeling in their hearts. Especially Fujitora. Feeling the 3 meteorites being pulled down from above, they were about to approach the dark clouds. His brows suddenly tightened. The mood became more and more tense. Boom, Kong and Bai Hu Niang broke out in a super large-scale exchange. While the stature keeps regressing, Yu swept to the sky. His complexion was ugly. That guy is trying to kill us with this thing. No, he's going to. At the same time, 2 golden streamers flying in the air at high altitude. One of them paused suddenly and let out a laugh like a silver bell. It's really naughty. How could it be possible for you to get what you want? Talking. Her figure began to fade, and the particle began to disappear. Oh. The old man won't let you leave easily, Kizaru pouted. Tien Kongyun's sword split the human-shaped beam particles. But the particles of light are still gone. A step too late. What a pity. Talking. He was also blurred. Above the clouds. A cross of golden light was quickly condensed, looking at the meteorite moving at a terrifying speed every second in the sky. The pretty face put on a troubled look. If Baji's girl is faster, then I don't have to stop. It's troublesome. She shook her head slightly. During the conversation. In her tall and upright body, several laser beams rushed out rapidly. Then formed more than 10 swords nearly 6 meters long. Each. They are all enlarged versions of the Amazon Cloud Sword, and their sharpness is not inferior to the individual ones at all. Surrounded him quietly. Subsequently, a blink of an eye. It turned into streaks of golden streamers, and found a target at a speed invisible to the naked eye. Then he stabbed at the 3 giant meteors above. 6 meters of sword. The length is already very large. But compared to the meteorite of nearly a kilometer, it is still a bit like a tree. The lightsaber hit the meteorite smoothly. Rub it a little. Tien Kongyun's sword went straight into the meteorite. Burst. With a soft female voice down. Above. A burst of heat waves and vibrations from the ground swept out. Even the dark cloud layer far below was disturbed, very unstable. Call out, Kizaru appears here, against the wind. He put his hands in his pockets. He had a rare serious look on his face. It's really unexpected that you can use sparkling fruit to such an extent. Call. The strong wind moved the 2 of them. Maybe you are too weak. Paluzolino turned to look at him. On Marineford. Almost an island of spherical lightning successfully gathered together. Rodan hangs below. It looks inconspicuous. But at this moment, no one dared to ignore him. Because the next small move may cause incomparable consequences. Let's wait and see. Rodan glanced at Marine, who was being held back by the Sarkaskus. Reclaim sight. Holding the terrifying ball lightning the size of an island with both hands. A smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Calm down. Hooked up to the manic and friendly thunder element above, he threw a ruthless blow in the direction of the outer bay. Lei Ying. Kilometers away in outer bay. Thick black clouds have already shrouded here. And the ship that belongs to the 100 beasts and the Big Mon pirates. Impressively here at the moment. Brother Katakuri, look at the sky. Why did it suddenly change? Isn't that normal on the Grand Line? I know, but it always feels like a bit of a coincidence. Dessert on the main ship. Katakuri, the second son of 4 Emperors Charlotte Linlin, folded his arms and nodded to his sister beside him. This cloud. It was indeed a coincidence. Just when they were about to arrive, it gradually permeated over. Fighting. Will it cause such a large-scale scene? Katakuri thought. Squinting slightly, insurance point. It still activates the power of predicting the future at a high level of knowledge. Next second, his eyes suddenly opened wide. And not far away, on the deck of the beast's pirate's main ship, a skull-headed prow with long horns. There were 2 men and women of great stature. Male. He looks wild and wears a fur coat. Female. The appearance is that of a rich wife, wearing a very casual pajamas. The 2 sat cross-legged together. They looked at each other and smiled. They each held a big wine bowl and sweetly poured wine into their mouths. Unknown. Maybe they thought they were close friends who hadn't seen each other for many years. But people who know. Only a few hours ago, I saw a fierce battle broke out between the 2. Whoa, Lin. With the 2 of us allied in those marines, that bastard is going to die. Ma, Kaido. You are afraid of others without thinking too much? Afraid? Lousy has never been afraid of anyone. Only the thought of killing him. Kaido put the wine bowl aside. His eyes were angry. Speaking of which, I didn't believe it at first. The strange ability of that shit is at most a special fruit that I have never seen before. Until he killed your useless subordinates, and then employed someone to severely injure you, right? Ma, it's really interesting. Charlotte Linlin laughed strangely. Meatballs on both sides of the cheeks. Trembling looking at the beasts around, they couldn't help swallowing a mouthful of saliva. I'll kill that bastard myself, along with his crew. Mentioned this. The anger in Kaido's heart was almost uncontrollable, and then he laughed again. Let's walk slowly, let those marines consume first. But then again, what those CPOS said earlier, is not unreasonable. Let him continue to increase those crew members, if there is no limit. The consequences can be severe. Not only is marine a headache. Even the current balance maintained by the 4 emperors in New World, will be broken in no time. Not allowed to exist. There has never been any conflict with each other, and the pirate group is very loyal to the captain. But it's terrible. Not to mention, this is still a pirate group with many powerful crew members gathered together. If you don't see it with your own eyes, it's really hard to imagine. For example, the former Rocks pirate. There are more strong ones. 2 hearts. That's too much. Ma. I am more and more interested in meeting this man. Charlotte Linlin narrowed her eyes slightly, grabbed the dessert on the side and ate it. Mother. Katakori's sudden voice sounded. Then, he jumped in with a panicked expression on his face. I see a bad future ahead of us, not yet finished. Charlotte Linlin paused and looked towards the front where the lightning flashed. The same is true for Kaido on the opposite side. The tacit understanding of the 2 people, already know it now. Violent thunder. Even if you are in the sky thousands of meters away, you can hear it very clearly. Soon. Under the eyes of everyone. A giant thunderball the size of an island rolled towards this side. What has been said, it's all crackling sound. Far away. It can make people feel a tingling sensation. Even Kaido and Charlotte Linlin have dignified eyes. That rascal. Are you so impatient to die? The 2 got up slowly. Not moving fast. Do your best. Obviously. Standing on the top of the sea, they have seen a lot of wind and waves. Not too flustered. Even if this scene is really shocking. But before it completely collided with it, no one knew whether it was paper. But the crew is different. Quickly, transfer the fleet. It's too late. We can't avoid it at this speed. Damn it. Why did the lightning condense into such a perverted appearance and come towards us? Needless to say, it must be done by the fruit ability. Can the fruit do this? This is like a super disaster like blow in the sky. Let the people on the boat of the beasts and the Big Mom started to panic. Came Katakori forehead, also shed a trace of cold sweat. Mom. Why don't you inject Homits? Ma. This body shape. Even if it succeeds, the inertia can't be reversed. But. Charlotte Linlin glanced at the second son, then turned her gaze to Kaido. With the 2 of us here, what are you worried about? Promise. Talking. With pink and high heels, she took a step forward. He yelled straight ahead. Napoleon. Her hat moved. Immediately, it turned into a big sword with a skull face, and after calling, Mom, affectionately, it fell into her palm. At the same time, Kaido standing side by side. He also pulled out a mace wrapped in black light, and his eyes were full. Rodan. I said I'd come to settle the score. But with that alone, do you want to kill the creditor? The terrifying thunder light flashing in the sky gradually illuminated them. Dazzling exception. Everyone covered it with their hands, or closed their eyes. Only 2 people are excluded. They just squinted slightly, and their muscular arms were raised high. In the roar, raise your weapon with all your might. 1 knife. A stick. The hurricane Zhonlang erupted from the peak of the 2 great powers, distorting the surrounding light and vision. Radiates dazzling light. It even covered Lei Ying at close range. Now, air shocks and strong winds continued to be emitted from the 2 of them, pushing away the following pirate ships one after another. The large main ship standing under the 2 of them, all because of the recoil from the blow just now, suddenly bounced away 100 meters away. The 2 hit together. The power that erupted in the form of a shockwave reached an unimaginable level. And ahead, the merged wave slashing overlord, mixed with infinite power, bombarded straight in the direction of Lei Ying. The sweeping range is huge. Let everything for several kilometers be annihilated. Although there is indeed no obstacle along the way, but the seawater below. But the automatic separated 2 long-distance ravines, like railroad tracks derived from it. I don't know whether it evaporated or pushed away. Call out. The 2 collided together, and Wang Hai had a strong penetrating force. Pierce Lei Ying directly, sweeping at a speed that Rodan couldn't react to. The width of the waves, totally the size of a small football field. But Rodan didn't react. But the color of knowledge and knowledge that has been cultivated to the depths has already predicted this scene. Certainly, he didn't run away. A tempered physique and increased strength and speed. But haven't tried it yet. Rodan wanted to try. What kind of realm and situation has it reached? Besides, this overlord, it was weakened by Lei Ying. It would be a pity not to try it. Thinking, Rodan held the golden trident that he had already taken out, and wrapped it around the armed color that had been cultivated to the peak. My muscles are tense, surrounded by thunder. Throw it with a full blow. Also faster than the speed of sound. But as soon as he hit the ball, he was confronted with Ba Hai within 100 meters. A dazzling light spot spread out. Ba Hai froze for a moment, shrinking to a circle only the size of a roof. So the trident was melted with a huge amount of high temperature. Once again, it bit Rodan like a long dragon, although smaller. But the power and influence emanating from it should not be underestimated. Rodan's eyelids twitched. Quickly turned on elementalization. Moved a large section at lightning speed and dodged it. He was relieved. Glancing straight into the sky, the shock wave evaporated a large chunk of dark clouds. He also had a rough estimate in his heart: if you don't hide with the current physical body, it will be hard to follow. Death will not die. But there will definitely be injuries, certainly. This is because he did not activate the Thunder God state, and after eating the poisonous fruit, he activated the Poison Giant soldier form. There is also the fusion of Thor and Poison Giant that he developed. Thunder and Poison horror form, if enabled. It's hard to say whether it can cause injuries. Speaking up. Dodging this sudden attack from the tyrannical siren is actually an improvement. After all, this is the joint attack of the 2 emperors. Before, even if it's a smaller version, going all out is probably about the same as the current norm. Don't say it. If you don't use your knowledge to predict in advance, I'm afraid you won't be able to hide. So far, the pierced Lei Ying burst out and swept towards Rodan and Shuangwang. Boom boom, and the sound after colliding with Lei Ying. It also sounded slowly. Obviously, it is far from catching up with the speed of Ba Hai's release. And Lei Ying was ignited. Then it swept across thousands of meters, buried and burned everything in the space. Seawater. More than half of it has been evaporated. Although Kaido and Charlotte Linlin used Ba Hai to detonate Lei Ying in advance. But dry voltage and high temperature still diffused over. But compared to hitting directly, it exploded in the center. Now, it can only be regarded as the lightning that bears the edge. Much better. Now, after recovering from the shock, the high-level personnel on board did not sit still. Especially Katakuri. The rice cake balls of both hands are stretched and hardened by arming. It quickly turned into a wriggling white wall, enveloping the surrounding core desert ships. Offset the heat shock and dry thunder, and the 100 beasts. Not so lucky. They could only rely on the powerful zone physique to resist forcefully. Fortunately, he hid in the cabin, not a big problem. Wait until the aftermath fades away. The double emperors had losses to varying degrees, but they were all within a certain tolerance range. Kaido and Charlotte Linlin withdrew the knife. He looked up and looked into the distance. You really have the guts to dare to fight us alone? Now. Rodan, under the dense dark clouds, pressed his hands above. A large amount of venom and lightning are constantly being incorporated. Do you think this is the end? Rodan. Lousy let you die. Kaido let out a roar, and his body began to swell inch by inch. Then it directly turned into a blue long dragon. Fly upwards at a very fast speed. Ma 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 ma, the little devil who discharges. Do you think there is nothing you can do if you hide in the clouds? Charlotte Linlin laughed. Not far behind. Call with one hand. He rode on a dark cloud, and quickly followed Kaido. Below. Katakuri removes the mochi wall to reveal the dessert boat intact. A boat that can't be scrupled. Most produced a little Madara scorch. Compared with the previous glamorous, it is much tattered. But that's okay. There are still a lot of sweets stored inside, which can be supplied to mom at any time. That's not a big problem. Brother Katakuri, thanks to you this time. That's right. Brother, you are indeed the most reliable. Several younger sisters all surrounded them. Katakuri nodded slightly upon hearing that. Did not say anything. Their Big Mon pirate group has a strong alliance with Kaido this time. 1/3 of the troops of all nations were dispatched. There is only one purpose. To strangle everyone in the Rodan pirates. But now it's being blocked as soon as it gets close. It seems that the situation on the marine side is not going well. But think of the Whitebeard pirates and Rodan's team together. He was also relieved. Rodan alone. How could it be possible to stop the 5 admirals from marine, and the older generation of Garp Sengoku and others? Impossible. Also outrageous. But with Whitebeard dead, marine should be able to fight back immediately. Why? Read this. Katakuri suddenly frowned and looked up to the sky. Dark clouds. Not gone yet. Compared with the previous manic sharp stimulation. It seemed very quiet. It's a little weird. Sudden. The clouds above moved slightly. Silent. And the movements are extremely subtle. Maybe someone else won't notice it, and they won't care at all. But Katakuri saw it the first time, then. The rest of the brothers and sisters also noticed it. Because the clouds stretching over the fleet all disappeared at this moment. It seems. Never been average, in a blink. The dazzling light from above is all shining down, and the sun is still very bright. Cloud. Gone? It must have been knocked down by Mom and Kaido. That's right, no one can take such a strong blow. Mom is strong. For a while. Many brothers and sisters showed joyful expressions. Out of trust in their mother's strength, they all relaxed their vigilance. Only Katakuri. A slight change was found in the uninterrupted release of knowledge. As well as, not good, he suddenly said, everyone hide in the cabin. Talking. Katakuri raised his hands, same as before. The arms turned into rice cakes and spread rapidly towards the surroundings. And this time, the range covered is even bigger and farther. Pity. Still a step late. On the side dessert ship. A butter minister Garrett with a hot figure wearing a little devil headdress and a purple feather cape. The center of the 2 petals of flesh. A drop of soundless liquid fell gently on it. Snapped, Garrett was taken aback. After looking down and seeing nothing, I thought it was an illusion. But then. A burning sensation erupted from the skin. Extremely unbearable. Ah! Garrett let out a scream. Hurriedly protecting the smoking orange, his face was in severe pain. This. Just the beginning. There is still liquid hitting down from above. For a while. The wailing sounds of various mixed men and women continued to sound. Beasts pirates not far away. Also the same. If you can see it. They just know. These are dark purple raindrops, falling from above in the form of precipitation. That transparency turns into a dark cloud and falls. Crackling. On calm waters. There was also a trace of ripples being hit. Subsequently. There is also corrosive white gas rising from the surface of the water. The figures of dozens of fleets were covered up. It's like a fog. But no one knows what kind of danger hides in the mist. The dessert boat was okay. Before it fell much, it was covered by Katakuri's rice cakes. But the real fighters of the ship of beasts, then drenched in a soaked chicken. With a grinning face, he ran towards the cabin. Damn it. What the hell is this? Why can't it see and make no sound? Wait. Did you forget last time? They're Captain Rodan's ability. Hey, isn't it? The cabins are all corroded. Fill it with something. The 100 beasts panicked. Only the main ship. Because of the high quality and material, although it keeps making sizzle sounds. But still not burned through, it's safe to hide inside. However, Yan Calamity Ember standing on it did not hide, and slowly put his hand on the handle of the knife. This is poisonous rain. Corrosion and toxicity are very strong. I'll go to the Big Mon Pirate Master Fleet. Flame Calamity Ember immediately issued an order. Katakori's mochi wall looks stubborn at the moment. Now that there is no way to hide except the boat, hiding under their roof is the most sensible choice. It's an alliance anyway, this is nothing. Tick. Drops of purple liquid fell onto the black combat uniform. Keep burning. But it didn't burn through. Boom. The tail behind Yan Calamity Ember was blazing. Brother Kaido is gone. Then he is the backbone of the 100 Beasts Regiment. The fleet cannot leave the range of the dark clouds in a short period of time, and the rice cake umbrella to Katakori also has a range limit. Have to think of another way. Yan Wanjin clenched the samurai sword in his hand, shook it and looked at the blue sky above. Maybe you can take the opportunity to split the clouds. By clothes and hockey. The poison is far from affecting him, and he is fully capable of taking action. Do whatever comes to mind. After his whole body was hardened and armed, he spread his wings and flew up. Midair, it hasn't been flying for long. Hiss, a drop of special venom suddenly burned through Jin's scapular. And the area is still expanding, armed color. It's being consumed rapidly. Yan Calamity Ember was startled. This poison. Stronger than before, and there is a tendency to self-proliferate. Flame Calamity Ember quickly looked down. I saw that the impregnable main ship also burned through big holes. It is estimated that it will not be long, it will be completely declared obsolete. But the super ship they sailed for decades. Can't hold it too. Now if only he could see it. We'll find out. At this moment, there is a dense rain of blood in the sky, and it is crazily pounding down. And inside the rice cake wall, only 1 in 5 ships took shelter. Leftover. All exposed. Ah, my hides. Hold on. Lean on rice cakes. No. The boat won't move, and the wall is sealed. I cannot make it. Just blink. The person who was stained with the transparent blood rain fell on the broken deck with his eyes turned over. Further being eaten away by toxins, and inside the rice cake wall. The situation is not optimistic, it was fine at first. The rice cake, still covered with hockey, can also temporarily buffer the venom. But now, venom seemed to transform. It became more violent and burnt through, rapidly consuming Katakori's hockey. To know what he is protecting now is dozens of fleets. That amount. Also amazing. I took a look at several brothers and sisters who were suffering from the venom, especially Garrett. It is estimated that the body will be destroyed. A sense of self-blame and anger suddenly rose in his heart. At the same time, the boat doctor who rushed over was also helpless, which made him very anxious again. Rodan. The veins on Katakori's forehead popped out. But right now, this is not the time to count on this. His hockey is limited, the range is too large. Being burned again and again, I can't hold it anymore. Notify all ships in the vicinity. All gather to the nearest 3 ships. There's no need to worry about the beasts, brother. Owen frowned slightly. Also, if they get together, will they be concentrated firepower? Although, I haven't seen anyone yet, but in case. There are people from the Rodan pirates ambushing nearby. Put it all together, but it is easy to be a one-pot end. When Katakori wanted to say something, above, 2 thunderclaps suddenly exploded. Just like that, it turned into a rough and violent brontosaurus, twisted and slashed to Katakori's rice cake wall. With the help of thunderclouds, the voltage has reached an astonishing 200 million volts. Shoot. Lightning flashes. Katakori clenched his arms and stepped back a few steps against the deck. The hockey on the rice cake wall splattered. He gritted his teeth. Still want to imbue hockey time again. Venom's decline seems to be reduced a lot, in other words. The rain is getting lighter. Burden seems to be lighter. At the same time, in addition, there was another thunderbolt, which struck another place. There. Impressively, it is above the embers of flames on the main ship of beasts. Now. It just happened that collided with him when he swung Dragon Flame Zon Lang. The powerful force of the explosion pushed him down into the sky. And after the 2 thunderbolts, it seemed that the rain had subsided. Gradually stopped. Then there were ruthless thunderbolts. Each one reached hundreds of millions of volts. It continuously bombarded the sea area where the double emperors were located. The original surviving pirate group hit again. Lightning. Shine up here. The transparent dark clouds above gave birth to a pair of eyes and a mouth. Only then did it stop slowly. It's Mama's Homits. Great. Mommy saved us. Some of the children flocked together. There is a kind of joy of surviving after a catastrophe. Almost. They almost thought they were going to die. Now. Only the elder brothers and sisters who were older and stronger seemed a little calmer. There is no unnecessary action. Look at the entire fleet. Under the interweaving of poisonous rain and lightning, there is no one in 10. The scenery is infinite in comparison. Now it can be described as miserable to ultimate. This. Still didn't even see the face of the enemy. The gap is really big. Keep going. No one knows what will happen. Brother, Jia Lei is dying soon. And Moscato and the others, those who came into contact with them, all fell into a coma. There is unknown toxin. If there is no antidote, their lives may be in danger. The number of casualties exceeds our count. A group of ministers said anxiously. Mom has already gone up, and there will be results soon. Katakori's forehead was also dripping with cold sweat. But he knows. As an older brother, I must calm down. But we can't sit still. The speed of this poison's erosion is indeed too fast. Holding the trident, he looked into the distance. Turn the rudder and drive to Marineford with all your strength. Take down the Rodan pirates, they will definitely have an antidote. Together with beasts and marine, under the 3 parties. The Rodan regiment will definitely not be able to arrive. What is lacking now is time. Antidote time. The voice just fell. In the distance, there are huge ships flying the flag of the Whitebeard pirates. He also followed a group of fleets under his command. Appeared in groups right ahead. 4 emperors. The strongest pirate group appears. That's the Whitebeard pirates? Haven't been wiped out by marine. Obviously Whitebeard is already dead? Don't panic. It's just some remnant soldiers and defeated generals. Let's annihilate them in one fell swoop to find the Rodan regiment and find the antidote. Wait. Why do they still have warships? Shouldn't be. That's what marine gave up. The eyes of the people on more than 10 ships that gathered the strongest fleet of the double sovereign regiment all burst into flames. They are not afraid of battle. Fearful. Die for no reason. That is the most meaningless. But they seem to have forgotten a little. The Whitebeard pirates are defeated. Now they. Actually not too bad. Numbers and fleet. It's completely out of control. The only thing I can see is. It is the physical strength that has never been in battle with anyone. Call out, boom. Soon the Homits shells were fired one by one, colliding with the shells fired by the Whitebeard pirates. Former. Has a soul body. Automatically aimed at the White Fleet, very accurate. Pause time. The light of the fire was reflected in midair. Originally, Lei Ying washed the hot and scorched sea surface. Boiling again. Marco stood on the bow of the black whale. He glanced sideways at the direction of Marineford and whispered 2 words. Mother. Subsequently, his eyes became firm, and he waved his right hand. Whitebeard pirates. Oh. The whole white group cheered loudly. It's time for us to fight for her. Say it. A pure flame like the deep blue sea, exploding from the bow. Marco spread his blue flame wings high, soaring in the sky. Directly ignoring the shells one after another, roaring straight ahead. Below. Joe's and Bistapan team against each other. Although the body is tired, but the look in his eyes couldn't be restrained. Let them know the price of taking advantage of the fire. Ahead. On the main ship of the Big Mon, the Queen of Singing and the main ship of the Beasts. Everyone was in doubt. No one knows. They died, but their morale is still so high. No muffled. There is no look of bitterness and hatred. They were puzzled. Could it be? Is it the desire to live? It's not like going through a major war at all. Could it be a conspiracy with Marine? Impossible. Marine can't contain the Rodan regiment and theirs. It's so strange. Does seeing our fleet get damaged, does it give you confidence? HMPH. Our generals are still alive. Then let the Whitebeard pirates come to an end. Both sides. Let's fight together soon. Now. Above the altitude of thousands of meters, Rodan looked relaxed. As if the large amount of venom and lightning released earlier had nothing to do with him. Physical strength has increased by at least 2 times. Rodan figured. Satisfied in my heart. Then withdrew his hand. After Homits took the lead, he gradually lost control over Leian. It's not necessary anymore. Certainly. Among them is one of the reasons why he voluntarily let go. Otherwise, it's not that easy to get away from yourself. Homits. Rodan said, looking forward to the blue twisted dragon galloping forward, and a pink bloated figure. He smiled slightly. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know how far my current combat power has reached. Ma, I found you, little guy. The strange sound coming out of the big mon's big mouth was rolling forward at this moment. All the surrounding clouds. They were easily scattered hundreds of meters away by the shock. Kaido, who was flying beside him, moved his eyes. Seems a little impatient. Quickly overtook the old woman beside her, and flew forward first. Rodan faces the wind and waves. As if he didn't hear anything, with a hook of his fingertips, electric arcs rolled up all over his body. 200 million volts Thor. Intertwined by blue lightning, dazzling thunder burst out crazily. This moment, his stature also skyrocketed to nearly 20 meters. Single wheel body type. It is already bigger than the normal Kaido and Big Mom. Call out. Kaido didn't hesitate. When Rodan turned into Thor, the mouth of the crocodile condensed a cloud of heat. Suddenly sprayed away. Boom, the circle heat wave spread out. The heat column swept in a large field of vision in front of him. A long time. The heat wave subsides. In Thor's state, Rodan clasped his arms around his chest, and his body surface was covered with a light thunder shield. The remaining. Nothing. It seems that this powerful offensive that can easily burn through the mountains is just a tickle for it. Kaido, are you saying that your subordinates didn't die enough? Little devil. You really want to die? A roll of Kaido's dragon body. About to launch an offensive again. At this time, the big Mon flew up on Zeus. Ma. It seems that there is really only one person, such an arrogant little guy. Do you want to block the two of us alone? She shook and yelled. How will you know if you don't try? Rodan shook his head. Talking. Hold it with one hand. A slender and thick spear came out together. Not much to say. Throwing directly at Big Mon. Ray? Mama, is it useful? Big Mon laughed. He took the blow without fear. Hoo. The spear pushed her away tens of meters away. Then electro-optic. It exploded out of thin air. It looked like a blue lightning ball. The power is also amazing, but in an instant. The electric current was completely absorbed by Zeus, who was stepping on his feet. It's delicious, Mom. Let him have some more. Zeus narrowed his eyes, as if still chewing aftertaste. Did you see the Thunder Ghost? The ability you rely on is completely useless to me. Big Mon is very proud with his big belly. She has a body of steel. No matter how strong the hail of bullets is, it can't hurt her at all. Hee. As for Ray, that's just the nourishment of her Zeus. Ooh, this is the price he pays for himself. Kaido pulled his paw. Head raised. A wave of namikaze blades gathered in the mouth. Lin, take the opportunity to deal with him together. Talking. His endless bad wind has been released. I can't wait too, Kaido. Big Mon is holding Napoleon and controlling Zeus to run out. No, Mom. What did he put in it? No. I'm getting a bad stomach. It hurts. Zeus suddenly showed a painful expression. Sizzling. At this time, a scorching sound resounded from his body. Seeing Zeus staggering and floating slowly, still looked uncomfortable. Big Mon's copper eyes wide open. Zeus, you? Cloud. Poisoned too? She looked forward. Rodan, who was about to be blown into by the bad wind, fireworks, showed a faint smile. HMPH, do you want to limit my pace with this? Big Mon made a move. There are new clouds floating down in the sky, and Zeus is also trying his best to arrange faint clouds. Then shrink the body. Like that. It's like farting with all the holes in my body. Actually, it is separating the poison part of itself. Boom. Right ahead. Rodan swung his huge lightning right fist, smashing the bad wind in front of him. If you want to fight, go all out. 300 million volts, the residence of the god of thunder. In an instant, electric arcs flashed all over him. Gradually, the transition from blue light to purple light, the dazzling brightness has also been raised to a level. Stature. It even expanded to 30 meters, it is twice the size of ordinary giants. Look from a distance. Like a god wrapped in layers of glare. This state. It is the entity that Rodan released all the thunder energy to condense. Other aspects, such as strength and destructive power, have greatly increased by a lot. In addition to the physical foundation of his body tempering fruit breakthrough. Achieved strength. Already unimaginable. Lung, a flash of purple. Rodan disappeared 100 meters ahead. A wink. Then it appeared on the height of Kaido and Big Mom. That incomparably terrifying colorful purple fist, mixed with terrifying power, bombarded down mercilessly. Big Mom felt the terrifying coercion from above, and dared not underestimate it. Holding Napoleon in one hand, the huge body drove the arm, and swung it upwards fiercely. Waiguo. The voice fell. Huge white-purple sword energy. Then it rolled up along Napoleon in a spiral shape. Z-boom. There was a loud bang. This giant move, which was swung by the Big Mon himself, has not persisted for a few seconds. It was crushed by the huge thunder fist. Then he pressed down unabated. That moment, Big Mon felt Rodan's fist, like a giant mountain of thunder. With rolling glitter. People can't keep their eyes open. But my old lady will split it open for you. The Big Mon gave a strange cry, supported Napoleon with his left hand and hit him upwards. Zzz, boom. There was a crackling sound. This is not only the top-armed color, but also the confrontation between power and power. Big Mon tried his best to press Rodan upwards. But the feet of Zeus. However, it was difficult to support this manic force, and it moved down a little bit. HMPH, you want to be equal to me in terms of strength? Big Mon's armed body hardened his body, and his face twisted. It's not that easy. This level of thunder. It has already made her whole body numb, and she is a bit overwhelmed. If not for Zeus, she might really be affected a lot. So, the Big Mon's arms are twisted, showing full strength. But unfortunately, Rodan's power seems to be rising little by little. Damn. Don't worry, the good show hasn't come yet. Rodan showed a slight smile, and an unnatural purple color appeared in G-fists. Call out, Venom. Packaged in lightning purple. Inch by inch flowed to Big Mon's body. Get out of the way, Linlin. At this time, Kaido not far away roared. The Big Mon sensed something was wrong, and following Rodan's fist force, he retreated hundreds of meters away. Call. A strong wind came. When she fixed her eyes on it, the place where they stayed before has already been swept by several hurricanes. She knows. That's Kaido's dragon body. A hurricane spinning like a spinning top. Very powerful. Big Mon, just think about it. His body suddenly became numb again, and he couldn't help but frown. Obviously, it's already out of his lightning range. Why do you still feel this way? Strangeness. Could it be? Mom, your body must be poisoned like I was before. HMPH, poison. Big Mon sneered, very confident in his body. This kind of low-level method has no effect on me at all. Now, while she was talking, in the manic tornado above, Rodan has already elementalized and escaped. In the heartnet, instantly landed on Kaido's dragon body. Since you're in such a hurry, I'll give you a ride. Rodan smiled slightly. Stretching his hands upwards in the void, the light suddenly flourished. Zzz. Crash. 200 million volts Thunder Dragon. Language fall. 3 thick and long purple dragons emerged from his huge purple body. The head that was dripping with purple saliva turned around. Quickly locked Kaido. This. Clash of dragons and dragons. Dragon? You deserve to be called a dragon? Kaido opened his mouth and laughed loudly. Let lousy. Gululu. He just opened his mouth. A purple long-colored dragon drilled out of its mouth, directly into the mouth and stomach. And with a fiery frenzy, immediately afterwards, his entire dragon body suspended in the sky was swept in by 3 poisonous dragons. Look from a distance. Like a snake soaked in a medicine jar with flickering arcs. So, does the poison work for you? Rodan had just finished speaking. Kaido got out with a turn of the dragon body. In addition to being in a bad state, the dragon's belly twitched slightly. Seems to be all right. It seems that there is still something lacking. See Rodan here. It was no surprise. If Kaido is really so easy to kill and afraid of poison. That early man was killed. Are you playing house with children? You want to hurt Lousy just by using poison? Ah, it seems a bit troublesome. Then use that. Rodan said. Just when he was about to make a move, he frowned. Turned around and kicked backwards, and Big Mon. It came to the top of him quietly and impressively. Die. Emperor Sword Broken Blade. Kaido grinned. After spitting out the venom in his stomach, his body turned into a half-human half-dragon form. 1 foot in the air. Arriving behind Rodan in an instant, Lunky's 8 fasts smashed hard at him. Thunder 8 trigrams, much stronger than armored conquerors. Winding up, it roared away completely invisible to the naked eye. Call out. This hit. Before touching Rodan's body, a round wave of light exploded. Now. Big Mom and Kaido. The two of them walked slowly together. One after the other. Very tacitly launched a pincer attack on Rodan. Attack of the double Emperor of the Sea. Even if it is a person standing on the top, no one dares to take it hard. And the whole set of actions came down. It looks long. All it takes is a snap of the fingers. Call. Rodan just swung out with one foot. The moment it collided with Big Mom's Emperor sword. An extremely dangerous aura came from behind. The idea just came up. His extremely broad back. There was a burst of tearing pain, to know. The thickness of the back muscles, plus the thunder poison of 300 million volts. It turned into layers of defense to resist. Even Kizaru's lasers. Rodan has the confidence to kill it, he can't hurt himself. But Kaido's this one. After only freezing for a while. Then he broke through directly and smashed in fiercely. Boom. Rodan grunted. The right foot is slightly loose. Big Mom's Emperor sword took the opportunity to open a hole in front of him. It seems that you were treating me as a sandwich biscuit? A trace of blood spilled from the corner of Rodan's mouth. You little brat, you still have the time to talk after being tricked by me? Kaido frowned. When facing myself a few days ago. There is no power to parry at all. Now. Face him in Linlin. After being recruited. Didn't pass out immediately? It's only been a few days. In the end, what happened? Speaking up. Rodan wanted to flash away before. He is confident. But not arrogant. Dumplings were made by 2-4 emperors, and it was difficult for Roger to bear. Just when he was about to flash back. 2 strong conquerors hockey locked him. For a while. Can't get out. This is a solid one. Rodan stopped thinking about it. Huge amount of electricity. Directly from its 30-meter body, it all vented out. 300 million volts, full release. Instantly. Bursts of explosions came out. The blue sky is full of purple, as if in an oil painting. All are filled with this color. Not only that. The aftermath of the thunder and thunder also struck the sea below. Boom. The sea was split with a scar. Immediately, the waves became rough, and the waves also turned into wave walls and pushed towards both sides. This sudden blow. The actions of the 3 emperors group who were fighting fiercely in the center froze for a moment. This is. What a power. Is it Mama's Zeus? No, even Mama never did such damage. This purple thunder must have been erupted by Master Kaido. See you guys from Big Mom and the Beast's pirates. All shocked. Then there was an arrogant laugh. The people of Rodan's regiment must be dead. Dare to fight with Mother in the air, it's simply tiresome. Owen was covered in white smoke. There was a smile. Now. Everyone in the Whitebeard Pirates was worried. Because they know. People from the Rodan regiment. But it's all in Marineford. So Rodan didn't have anyone's help at all, and now he is fighting against 2-4 emperors. I gonna go see. Marco frowned slightly. Dark blue flapped its wings and flew straight into the sky. Where do you want to go? A fire burst out. Turning into a dragon shape blocked Marco's forward route. Immediately afterwards. The black shadow came to the higher altitude of Marco in a flash. Holding a slender sword. His eyes were cold. His expression was grim. If you ignore the scarlet venom that is spreading on its body. Will be more handsome. I am here. Tear. The fire dragon was torn apart. Qingyanyan. Marco condensed the phoenix tail feathers in his hand with Qingyan. It quickly turned into a flaming fist and rushed straight up. Woo. Yan Calamity Ember's pupils shrank. Too fast. Read this. He quickly swung his knife down. But the poison on his body made his movements a little slower. Clang. The flame fist hit smoothly. A frightening cyan spray broke out. Jin flew upside down. Marco took a look. Spread your wings again. Unexpectedly. An icy trident came suddenly from the side. Boom, underscore. Marco blocked it with both hands and flew tens of meters in the air. Immediately afterwards. The rice cake bullets that were dyed the color of the armed forces shot towards Marco's body. He is poisoned, I have no power. The flashes and thunder in the sky fade away. But a close second. There were bursts of cracking sounds similar to sonic booms. 3 people. Just like a god. Fighting heartily above the sky. Every blow. Can shake for a long time. Wheeze. Phew. Midair, Big Mom and Kaido gasped. Poison on the body. Intensified the speed at which they consumed the body. This guy's strength is not inferior to you and me. It is far stronger than what you said before. Lousy doesn't know either. Kaido held the tightly for 8 fasts, and then roared heavily. However, Lousy is Kaido. This level is far from enough. He took one step at a time. The flame cloud under his feet quickly rose up, pushing and moving a lot. Big Mom also wants to go there, but think about it. The current strength of the opponent. Taken out alone, it can basically be equal to them alone. Power and defense are pervert. Especially speed. Flash back and forth. Can't catch it at all, it's a waste of time to continue. Anyway, one person can get the balance, and it's a waste for 2 people. Tro. Big Mom's eyes moved. Haha laughed loudly. Mama, Kaido. You hold this guy first. Talking. The thundercloud under her feet moved. Fly towards the wretchedly torn Marineford, since there is no winner in a short time. Why not? Take out his crew first. Are you in such a hurry to run? Rodan flashed over and threw a thunder tiger with its bloody mouth wide open. Go away. Big Mom slashed open with a sword. How long did you try to block it, but did it last? Talking. She looked not far away. Kaido quickly overtook the 2 of them and flew towards Marineford. It is a tacit understanding between the invisible. You are very stubborn. Rodan raised an eyebrow. Mama, so what? Can you stop us? Big Mom smiled unabashedly. Holding a long sword, Prometheus burst into flames above his head. Like a flame hag. Then we can only deal with one of you first. Rodan glanced at Kaido behind him. Mama, you are not young, but you are not young. Mom, teach him a lesson. That's right, does this guy really think he's strong? Prometheus and Napoleon immediately yelled. Extremely violent. Only Zeus, whose color also changed from black to white, had clear eyes. Still drooling. It smells so good, it's a little wobbly. And a little scared. Because the man on the opposite side added poison to the food lightning. It hurts after eating it, it's painful, but I can't stand that longing, and Zeus changes. Naturally, Rodan saw it all. Present. It condensed to non-toxic. The extremely pure thunder element. That jumping arc. Zeus couldn't move his eyes. Little guy. This is more than 100 million volts. Rodan held the thunderball in his right hand and smiled slightly. How about it, do you want to? Think. Zeus' small eyes are shining. He interrupted directly. What are you doing, Zeus? That's the enemy. That's right, don't fall for his tricks. What if there is poison in it? It must have tricked you into taking the bait. Prometheus and Napoleon reprimanded. But, it's really delicious, it's definitely the most delicious food I've ever seen. Don't talk about Zeus. After killing him, Mother Thunder and Lightning will satisfy you as much as you want. Big Mom looked forward, but unexpectedly his body became unstable. She was shocked and said, Wait. What are you doing, Zeus? Where do you want to carry me? I see. Zeus turned around, as if he didn't listen at all, and galloped in another direction. As fast as somersaulting clouds, it's towards. It was Rodan throwing the purple thunderball, the opposite direction of Marineford. Stop, Zeus. Are you a daughter-in-law who betrayed her mother? Prometheus yelled. Sorry, Mom, I really want to. Zeus. See farther and farther away. Big Mom's eyes burst into tears. Kaido at the moment. It is rapidly approaching in the direction of Marineford. The closer you get, his smile got bigger and bigger. Because the women in the Marine and Rodan regiments undoubtedly fought very hard. Isn't it time to pick up the leak? Read this. Kaido couldn't stop laughing wildly. Whoa, Rodan. You kill Lousy's people, Lousy will also, His smile froze. Ahead, another person appeared. Kaido. Let's end this. Kaido took down the dragon's beard on both sides of the 8 fasts, carried on his shoulders and soared up. So what if you come? Linlin is still the same. Eh? He seemed to feel it. He glanced back suspiciously. But see. Big Mom didn't even have a ghost. Kaido's face suddenly changed. What about the old woman? Run away? Wrong. That old woman would never do such a thing. Rodan smiled slightly. Instead of caring about others, take care of yourself first. Myself? Lousy admits that you were fast, but can you kill Lousy again? Kaido didn't hesitate at all. Heads up. Who has he never been afraid of? Rodan smiled, but said nothing. He is 30 meters tall. Shrunk down. Huh? I want to give up, but the kid is just the kid. Kaido clenched 8 fists. Just when he was about to take action. Gulu. Gulu. Rodan shrunk a circle, and red poisonous bubbles emerged from the pores. Instantly. So he filled his Thor's body full. This. Not the limit yet. After filling up, the red venom expanded even more rapidly, once again inflating Rodan's body to 30 meters. Purple thunder. Mixed with red venom, it looks hideous. Now. His head turned into a skeleton billowing smoke. Limbs and body. Completely transformed into a body of blood-colored venom. See you from afar. It makes people feel like crawling out of hell. Thunder poison soldiers. Call. A trace of red poisonous smoke drifted away. Kaido took a short breath, and his expression turned strange. This toxicity. Far stronger than before. And there is a tendency to spread in his body. Suddenly. He remembered something. This is the poisonous fruit of Magellan, Warden of Impel Down. No. How do you have his fruit ability? Is he dead? Poisonous mist floated around him. Kaido held his breath, looking puzzled. When he was captured by Marine and imprisoned in Impel Down, he fought Magellan. That kind of poison. It's so clear to him. This guy. Is it red? Kaido narrowed his eyes slightly. It's exactly the same. It shouldn't have similar abilities. Could it be like his female crew? Yes. Kaido. Tell me, how about I give you a sky burial? Be Rodan the Crimson and Venomous. Open your hands. The venom of this blood is a tailor-made venom. But say, it is based on the purple poison, adding a whole level of toxicity. Once any substance comes into contact with it, it will be infected and gradually spread, corrode everything. Once contacted, can only wait to die. This is exactly what happened after awakening. Otherwise he couldn't make it. I just don't know how much damage Kaido will have if combined with his lightning. Thunder Devil's Claw. Rodan raised one arm. 5 huge bright red fingers swayed towards Kaido like claws. 7 meters versus 30 meters, Kaido at the moment. It looks rather small. A wink. The sound of thunder erupted. The purple thunderbolt was wrapped in bright red devil claws, and shot away at an extremely astonishing speed. Whoa, Magellan's poison. Do you think Laozi hasn't tried it? Kaido smiled dismissively. Holding Ba Zaiji, he slashed forward fiercely. King Kong Dysprosium. The incomparably sharp stick energy turned into a torrent. Roll forward. All of a sudden. Then included the Devil's Claw. Boom, the poison of Thunder Red exploded. The stick energy gradually died down, and finally turned into drops of red raindrops. Hanging down. Shelf goods. See Kaido here. He twisted his neck, but turned halfway. It hovered in the air. I see. A black shadow suddenly covered Kaido in it. You thought this was the end? Giant of Thunder, Judgment of Hell. The voice fell. The rolling thunder was accompanied by a giant skeleton hand with a ferocious mouth open. Smash down hard. Before Kaido had time to put his arms up to cover his chest, he was hit by a combination of lightning strikes. Boom. Thunder waves spread out in circles. Scarlet liquid. A long Z-lay spread all over Kaido's body. For a while. The burning pain brought by the poison and thunder burned all over his half-dragon body. If anyone is inside, it will be found. Kaido's dragon scale. It is falling off at a speed visible to the naked eye. What are you kidding? Even Magellan's venom can't have such an effect on Laozi. Now. Kaido's expression twisted. The dragon scales in flesh and blood roiled violently. Constant destruction and invasion. This feeling. Even if it has been soaked in a hot oil pan at thousands of degrees, or in magma, it has been produced. However, relying on the extremely strong self-healing and recovery abilities of the Eudemons. Although extremely uncomfortable, but not dead. What really kills is the viscera in his body seeped into streams of extremely destructive and paralyzing things. Is eating myself. If it is not for the meticulous observation of the body. Just ignore it. Over time, the consequences are unimaginable. Emission. No, it's also mixed with mine and poison. In the red viscous venom, Kaido hunched over. Close your eyes. There is a steady stream of poison in the 7 orifices, which is crazily drilling in. Burning pain. Makes him very irritable. How long? How long has nobody given me this feeling? Whoa, Rodini. Kaido straightened up, and the bite flash set jumped up. A voice interrupted him. Silent space, 3rd floor. This voice. It's like a ripple on a calm lake. And then there was an extreme silence. Then. The surrounding sound, air, and everything, became silent. That's right. It is silence. Quietly quiet scary. Certainly. That alone is nothing. What makes Kaido's scalp tingle is the Phantom Beast abilities he relies on are constantly being weakened. Resilience and healing power, they're all falling fast. Like, his fruit ability seems to be dozing off? That's all. Under the attack of lightning and fierce poison, his vitality was declining at an exaggerated speed. No reason. Kaido felt emotions he hadn't felt in decades. That is, fear? Although it won't last long, it's enough. Rodan smiled slightly. Yong-Chi's hands. They quickly gathered into a purple-red trident. Without hesitation, it was inserted directly from a high altitude. Boom. The shock waves circled around. The trident pierced into Kaido's body with precision. After a while, break through the flesh and blood and stop halfway. And at this moment, the scarlet trident dragged Kaido down like a cannonball. It's just a blink of an eye. Kaido turned into a sesame-sized figure, falling into the fleet group on the sea. Call out, the silent space dissipated. Rodan glanced again at the Big Mon who was hurrying to control Zeus. Smile slightly. A few pure thunderballs were condensed and thrown out on fire. The figure turned into lightning and disappeared again. Damn. Run away again. Wait. Is that Kaido who just fell? Big Mon's expression changed. Kaido got knocked out? And looking at the state, it's obviously not very good. Think about it. Zeus under his feet turned a corner and flew to another place. Zeus. Stop it. At the same time, boom. The 3 Emperors' regiment who were fighting fiercely on the sea, on one of the unremarkable ships. A loud noise erupted suddenly. The whole ship was smashed in 2. What happened? What the hell? It fell from the sky. Could it be that the people from Rodan's regiment were shot down? Maybe Rodan was defeated by Lord Kaido, because the speed is too fast. Everyone didn't see clearly. Reluctantly. Also saw the fuzzy red shadow flash past. Everyone guessed. Everyone thinks it's Rodan's regiment, or Rodan has lost. No one thinks it will be Kaido of the Beasts or Big Mon loses. Because the strength of the two has already been deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. Beaten down so embarrassingly? Haven't moved for half a day? How can it be? At this time, the broken hull suddenly moved slightly. Hurry up and catch him. No, if you're still alive. Throw the shells in first, hold your breath and catch him. One of the man-made fruit ability users is the real Jinrami in the form of a springbok. After I thought I was wise to order, the graceful figure jumped. Then he picked up a handful of Gatling's things, and frantically strafed towards the split hull. The rest really hit. There are also decent schools, and rockets and bombs are constantly thrown towards them. For a while, flames burst into the sky. I saw the thunder. I'm sure Rodan is right. Die, die, die. Gahahaha, isn't your poison very strong? Try the one left by Boss Quinn. A Shinda with an elephant on his waist. What's more, all the biochemical weapons left by the original epidemic disaster were used on Shangcho. That's enough, bros. Don't really die. Catch him and go get the cure. Feather at the moment. They are cool. But the flaming embers dragged by Beasta hundreds of meters away. But his face turned black. Holding the Taidao, he yelled out. Idiot, stop it. Previously, Yan Calamity Ember used the color of knowledge to sense the falling point. Do not know why. It feels a little fuzzy, and the breath of life is also fading. I didn't care about it. So, he also didn't expect to be his own boss. After all, how thick he is to Big Brother Kaido, that is very clear. Constant suicide. In the end, nothing happened to him. Even though he was beaten up by the whole Rodan regiment last time, he came back safe and sound. This time Rodan is being dragged by Marine. There are not many people left to deal with the eldest brother. There must be nothing wrong. Besides, there is Big Mon accompanied. Very reassuring. Jin's knowledge is colorful. After feeling more and more familiar with that breath, it became clearer and clearer. His complexion suddenly changed. That's Big Brother. What are you trash doing? All hands. Flame Calamity Ember shook and shouted. Let the real fighters who freed their hands frantically deal with Kaido's output stagnate. Ha ha ha, it seems that your 100 Beasts group has done something extraordinary. The foil double saber slashed down fiercely. Go away. Jin slashed back. The two erupted into a violent storm. Jin spread his wings along the airwaves and flew towards Kaido. Beasta still wants to chase, but he was stopped by several Big Mom family members. Your Whitebeard regiment doesn't have as many people as we do now, so, don't run around. Water sword. A wave of purple light cut through the sea and slashed towards Vista. Rose sword dance. Boom, the movement gradually subsided. Vista jumped back onto a boat with serious eyes. I saw a gigantic woman on a desert boat, blocking his steps. Actually, it wasn't the smoothie that weighed on Beasta. Although this woman is one of the 4 stars of desert. But he is the captain of the 5th team, fully capable of coping. The point is, he saw that more and more people who are near death from Yulei seem to have recovered. The situation is not good, you're poison. With the eldest sister here, this is not a problem at all. The long-handed sister jumped out. I am a person with the ability to squeeze fruit. I can squeeze out the toxins in everyone. Smoothie's face was cold. So, you remnants of the Whitebeard regiment, wake up. She looked very calm. In fact, I was filled with grief and indignation. Because purple poison can be solved, but the scarlet venom, she couldn't squeeze it out. It will also accelerate the spread, at present. But all the younger sisters and younger brothers who were poisoned by that drug couldn't hold on and died. The ones left intact. When compared, I don't know how much it has shrunk directly. While Smoothie's heart ached, his actions became more and more anxious. They can't do anything. Only get rid of the white group. Thought of this. The gigantic she directly moved forward, and the tall sword suddenly swung down. Die. The other side, he heard Jin's loud reprimand. A bad premonition suddenly appeared in the hearts of the Fiery Beast Regiment real fighters. Under the light of the fire, Jin Rami swung his hand, quick, put out the fire. Immediately afterwards, the crowd suddenly panicked. They didn't care about why Master Kaido's breath was weakened after being beaten, and quickly pulled water pipes one by one. Some even poked and splashed, unexpectedly. Just after spilling, a giant hand full of scorched marks climbed up and directly sprinkled on him. Splashing. Just dumbfounded. The Kaido that came out seemed too tired. He ignored him. Now, Kaido's body is stained with red fluid. Shirtless. The pecs and abs were scarred, and the pants were nearly burnt. Just came out, he fell down on the broken hull beside him, breathing in the air. Still burning in a raging flame. Complexion. A burst of blue and a burst of red. Master Kaido? It must have been caused by our shells. Are you kidding? It's Master Kaido's words, so we can only tickle it. Then this injury. Could it be? Don't stand still. Hurry up and put out the fire. The crowd really swallowed their saliva. It's so uncomfortable. Give Lousy a drink, hurry up. Kaido seemed to recover a bit, yelled out. Quick. Take it to Kaido-sama in the cabin. The voice just fell. Jin, however, seemed to have predicted it a long time ago, and had already brought a bucket of wine jug to Kaido's side. Brother, you. Jin unscrewed the barrel lid and handed it over. Complexion. Extremely complicated. This kind of injury. It stands to reason that it is absolutely impossible to appear on the eldest brother. Kaido ignored him. Or, don't pay attention to him at all. Pick up the wine and drink it, but at this time. Suddenly there was a voice from above. Are you still in the mood to drink? You were defeated. It's because I'm happy that I drink it. Oh. Yeah? Rodan smiled slightly. Zzz. The sound of electric current sounded. The huge thunderstorm illuminated people within 100 meters. Now. The sleeves dyed with blue and purple light are buzzing like a god's mansion. Jin sees this. My heart skipped a beat. Then he stood in front of him holding a long knife. King. Kaido stopped him and supported his body with a mace. You are not his opponent, get out of here first. But. Lousy. Don't die so easily, understood, brother. Jin gritted his teeth and nodded. Black Wing slapped and left here. Is your 100 beasts still leaving? Rodan said. The condensed spherical lightning was thrown down. But at the moment of shooting, his eyes moved. He looked in a certain direction not far away. At the same time, there was also a sound similar to the system. The buffer has been completed, and the target red-haired Shanks was successfully selected. The replacement character is Shanks from Parallel World 13. The replacement is in progress, please wait for 3 minutes. J. Rodan froze for a moment. There happened to be a fleet of ships coming in the Heart Network. Shanks. How should I put it? What a coincidence. And below. Kaido didn't stand still. Gulu gulu. After he wolfed down the green wine in the barrel. His eyes blurred for a while. Sudden laughed loudly, ha 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 ha, ho ho ho, oh. After seeing the thunderball getting closer and closer in the sky. Smile more cheerfully, ha 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 ha. It's been a long time since I had so much fun. Run. Kaido-sama is about to get drunk. Wait, did it? Force Kaido-sama to use that trick. Go away, this thunder. Gives me a bad feeling. Is he Thor? He actually made such a big thunderball? Where's Big Mon? Is it being held back by other people? Now. The real fighters within 100 meters took a look at their boss. Subsequently. Looking at the sky again, he suddenly revealed a shocking expression. Then. Frightened, he sailed away in a boat. Can't fit. Also released the small boat, opened the way to escape. Bring it on. The corner of Kaido's mouth hooked. Open your big hands and hold the 8 fasts. Then pull your hand. Bounced back to a limit. Like playing baseball, it suddenly bounced back and forth. Boom. The airwave exploded. Kaido growled. Hi. Wine Dragon 8 trigrams, awesome. It turned into a long dragon, it is unexpected. Changlong actually forcibly threw the thunderball, which was 100 times bigger than himself, onto it again. I still have strength. Rodan recovered. See the ball and send it back. Put your hands together. Press it back suddenly, and add a wave of energy by the way. Boom. This time. After getting close, Kaido was not given a chance and exploded directly. Kaido endured the tearing pain. Look up. Grinning grinningly. Laughing drunk mode Lun Lei Shanghu. 8 fasts rushed up. Collided with the energy wave that was compressed to ultimate and detonated suddenly. Now. Kaido's figure kept moving backwards. Tenaciously resisted. First second. Energy fluctuations swept 100 meters. Have not yet escaped the range. Whether it is for the giver or the real fight. Under the extremely destructiveness of the thunder, the body began to twist. What's going on here? My body. I don't want to die. Master Kaido. I see. Among the thunder. It was also accompanied by drops of scarlet liquid. That body. It even made a hissing sound at a speed visible to the naked eye, and disappeared into the air. 2 seconds. The range spread to 300 meters. Why is it still expanding? No, I can't escape. Sister. We. Maybe shouldn't have come. Jump into the sea. People from the Big Mom pirate group were also involved. Some quick reflexes want to jump, but it hasn't touched the water yet. The body disappeared into water vapor and turned into nothingness. This process. Whether male or female, regardless of handsome. All are not spared. One can imagine. What kind of pressure and destruction will Kaido in the center bear? If it is not strong vitality. Even if he had 2 lives, he would have burped a long time ago. The line of sight casts toward the center of the outbreak. Now. Waves of red-purple light washed Kaido. High pressure. Cut down like a wind blade. High temperature. It is no longer limited to. The temperature in units of thousands. Wu Kaido turned into a half-dragon form with all his strength. Still useless, his dragon scales. Stronger than steel. But even if it is hardened with armed color, it is still melting at an exaggerated speed. Kaido couldn't bear the sharp pain. He burst into tears directly. Pity about the heartbroken look. At the moment, no one appreciates it. Sad and drunk mode going to the house. Boom. The mace bounced directly into the scattered lightning. Target. Pointing straight up to Rodan. After breaking through the semicircular mine cover. The lower half of was bound together by strong lightning, and it was being corroded and burned at a speed visible to the naked eye. This is the 8 fasts that has accompanied Kaido for many years. A weapon as strong as the supreme sword, perhaps. After this battle is over, it ceases to exist. It's not over yet. Kaido roared. His dragon horns were completely melted. Dragon scales and others, also consumed rapidly. But Kaido, how could he give up so easily? Him at the moment. The hull beneath his feet had already been burned to ashes. The foothold is still Yanyan. Kaido bears the pressure. Muscles were coiled, and he rushed to the top with the strongest posture. Even if the body crumbles and dissolves inch by inch. He was also unafraid. Or, he has no choice. The snot from Kaido's nostrils fell one by one. Evaporated again and again. Finally, after reaching a peak. It opened a big mouth with sharp animal teeth. Roar out. Hot breath, hoo hoo hoo. After the scorching waves with a width of 2 meters penetrated, it is a pity. When he arrived in front of Rodan again, only the size of a washbasin is left. But although small, but the power is not bad. Rodan took a deep breath, slowly smelling the burning smell. It smells bad. Speaking up, it's been a high-intensity battle to this day. It consumes a lot of energy. If it was before, he will definitely not hardtop with double 4 emperors, even if it is a single. It's hard enough. So hard. This improvement is really not small. Then Kaido. By. Rodan could feel his life waning. Don't kill it in one breath. Let him get a chance to breathe, and it is estimated that he will be alive and kicking again soon. So. Rodan pressed down with one palm. The brazier was smashed out. Then. He elementalized and flickered into the range of the thunderstorm, facing the snot and tears streaming down his face, with a dazed and cute face. By now. Call, 4th second. The thunderstorm broke through 500 meters. It is rushing towards the kilometer range rapidly. This picture. From a distance, it looks like the end of the world. Trembling in horror. Far away. Jin fled at full speed. Feeling the great terror rolling in from behind, my heart trembled uncontrollably. Kwang Lei. Now it's pushing the waves to rush in. Master Jin, take me with you, and I. No, I can't run away at all. Jump. There is still a glimmer of life. Rodan is a monster. The boats in the shape of beasts and desserts quickly disappeared. Some immediately jumped into the water. Even if I eat artificial devil fruit, I will drown. I don't care so much. Then. The moment of entering the water. There was a burst of numbness and burning sensation. But a sense of powerlessness. Make them immobile again. Obvious. Diving this move. Invisibly speeding up the transparent death. Now. Kilometers away. Seeing such a shocking scene, the people of Bai Tuan gave up the fight and escaped by boat. Call, Skyrim. It seems to be dyed red. Compared with the first Rodan launch of the Lei Ying range is insufficient. But when joining the fierce poison, however, the power has increased by an unknown number of grades. I do not know how long it has been. The vibration slowly stopped. Nowadays, the surviving people of 100 Beasts and Big Mon Pirates lost most of their people after successive battles. This thunderstorm. Now there are even more than 1 out of 10. Master Kaido. Dot, are you holding on? What are you talking about? Master Kaido must. Mom. Where's Mom? They stared blankly. The hot red ocean ahead slowly swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Under such heavenly power, some people have a feeling of distrust towards Kaido. Doubt. Will it? Brother. Ember flying in the air. At this moment, his eyes were red, and he was holding the knife tightly. He involuntarily recalled that year. I am still a child, because of my own special race and physique. Captured by the world government. Sent to Vegapunk's laboratory, the night of the brutal experiment. I've seen your test. I plan to go out from here, and then build a new pirate group. Are you interested, guinea pig? Kaido was carrying the mace, and the seastone handcuffs broke in two. Can you change this ridiculous world? Jin is still a child. Lying on the test bed, he turned his head and asked. Of course, this world can only be changed by me. Kaido showed a very confident smile at the end. Jin came back to his senses. His blurred pupils came to life, and he looked in the direction where the thunderball exploded. He clenched the sword in his hand. I said so. Let's change the world together. And below. Master Kaido will not die. But with this power, can easily destroy this island, right? Master Kaido really can. The survivors of the beasts were at a loss, and some people questioned the authenticity of Kaido's death. After all, a while passed. There is still no movement at all, which has to cause panic. Would you like to go and have a look? Are you trying to commit suicide? The temperature is beyond our tolerance. Maybe Master Kaido killed Rodan. Master Jin, what did Dao say? In the midst of discussions, a real man with 6 arms quickly looked at Yan Zhuanjin. In the case of Kaido-sama's life and death, Ember, as the first of the 3 disasters, now there is no doubt that he is the backbone of everyone. Hey, do you want to continue playing? Marco flew to the side, his face indifferent. You should feel Kaido. He has. Shut up. Jin closed his eyes, then turned around abruptly. Using the flames on his body, he conjured a fireball from his hand, and threw it at Marco fiercely. Anyway, fight to the death, profound. The people from the 100 beasts around responded, clenching the sharp weapons in their hands. And the members of the Big Mon pirate group, led by General Xing, also launched a fierce attack. Add the two groups. Even the 100 beasts suffered the most damage. But in terms of high-end combat power, it still beats the White Regiment. Over time. After all, it is still not good for the White group. I really don't give up. Marco's Blue Flame is great. Diamond Chowzi, Foil Vista and others are under repeated battles. Actually very tired. But they won't back down. Just when the three parties drew their swords and started fighting again. A head that was so blurred that its face could not be seen clearly was thrown from a high altitude and landed on the main ship of the 100 beasts. Boom boom boom. The crisp sound attracted the attention of three parties. Although not clear. But, according to the size of the head and the general shape of the face, the people from the 100 beasts recognized it immediately. Big Mon pirate group. I was taken aback for a moment. Then he reacted. Scene. It suddenly became weird. People who are close. You can even feel the heat wave on your head. This is Master Kaido. Impossible, definitely impossible. Master Kaido is the strongest immortal. How is it possible? I don't believe it either, but the appearance of this head. Everyone took a few steps back, swallowing crazily. Brother. Jin couldn't control his emotions. The voice became uncontrollably angry. The handles of the knives trembled. He looked at Yaoyang. Although it was extremely dazzling, I still saw a human silhouette. Not just him. And the rest, look up. That is. Your master was indeed killed by me. Rodan above showed a self-conscious smile. He always wants to commit suicide, and this can be regarded as satisfying his wish. Dead. Dead? No, it's impossible. Let's run. This is simply not something we can intervene. Let's go. While everyone was in panic, someone retreated. And the Big Mon pirates are also full of disbelief. This mighty ally. So ascended. Kaido. Its defense and vitality are beyond imagination, but it is called the strongest creature in the world. The bounty has also reached 4.6 billion berry. Except Whitebeard. That is the highest reward amount. Now. To say die is to die. Kaido of the beasts is dead. What about Mom? At this time. The eldest son, Parasparrow, seemed to have thought of something, and became excited with his long tongue drooping. Several brothers and sisters around me saw this. They were all taken aback. I can't usually see it. Unexpected. At the critical moment, the elder brother was quite concerned about his mother. Rodan, you and brother just fought. I can't believe you're not hurt at all.